necklace. Tipid hacks. Tita tipid hacks. Next list. Tama. Ay, not the least list. Ano na? Hello, lovely human. Welcome back. And if you are new here, I am Rizza, and I talk about business, my imperfect zero-waste life, and skincare. Have you ever had something important written on a sticky note, tapos for some unknown reason, biglang nawala yung sticky note? It could be an idea, it could be someone's phone number, or it could be someone's email. Or are you also the kind of person who easily forgets something? Yung sasabihin mo, okay, gagawin ko to ngayon, tapos biglang makakalimutan ko na. Or you are in the grocery. You are safely in the grocery, tapos biglang, oh my gosh, ano nga ba yun? Ano yung ingredient na nakalimutan ko? I know this so much because this is me all the time. I am such a forgetful person, and tinanggap ko na lang yon, honestly, na sobrang makakalimutin ko talaga. And so, I created systems around it. Dahil makakalimutin nga ako, ang dami-dami kong mga checklists in my life. So for today's video, I will be sharing with you all of the checklists in my life that made everything easier and allowed me to not forget things all the time. Of course, disclaimer, I still sometimes forget things, but mas konti na lang ngayon. I will also be sharing with you the apps I use together with the checklists. So from the book, Getting Things Done by David Allen, he says that the mind is for having ideas, not holding them. So what does this mean? Ang utak daw natin is made to, mas okay na mas may ideas dyan, nag-iisip tayo, and it's not a storage space for all of the things you need to do, mga kailangan mong gawin, etc. Sabi ni David Allen, you have to have a system that you trust para kapag meron kang kailangang gawin or kailangang maalala, nandun siya sa isang system na yon. And without further ado, here are my checklists. First checklist is my cleaning checklist. So, every single time, although I can't do this every day, I try to always have at least 10 minutes of cleaning time sa bahay. So, para hindi ako ma-overwhelm section by section and scheduled kung ano yung mga nililinis ko around the house. So, I have a daily cleaning checklist, I have a weekly and a monthly cleaning checklist. The app I use for this is Notion. Kasi minsan, 'di ba, when cleaning, there are some spots that we miss out, like yung mga likod ng ref or yung taas ng ref o kaya yung mga ilalim ng cabinets or ilalim ng bed. So, I make sure that's on the checklist para hindi ko siya ma-miss out. Second checklist is my reset checklist. If you have been following me for a while now here on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok, you might see that I have routines, I have weekly checklists, and I can also put the playlist up here and below. So yeah, I have checklists, weekly resets, monthly resets, quarterly resets, and annual resets. The app I use for this is Notion. I can maybe deep dive on weekly resets. Maybe, let me know ulit in the comments if you like that para mapakita ko sa inyo yung template ko kung paano ako nag-reset weekly. Of course, I also don't do this all the time, but I try to para at least current ako and, I feel refreshed for the week ahead. Third checklist I have is a self-care checklist. I also use Notion for this. When I don't feel okay or I just want to do a self-care checklist, I refer to this one. So it could either be skincare or a 10-minute move, or prepare healthy meals, or talk to my husband, or watch a Netflix documentary, or maybe read, etc. Ito yung mga binabalikan kong checklist para makita ko, what are my options? Next list I have is a gift idea checklist. I am that someone who actually likes giving mindful gifts, yung personalized gifts, yung actual gifts na gusto talagang ma-receive, I suppose, ng mga pagbibigyan ko. So I have this list of names ng people close to me, friends, family, loved ones, na I would list kung ano yung mga gifts na feeling kong magugustuhan nila. Like, for example, the usual coffee order, their usual coffee order, or their favorite flower, or maybe their favorite chocolate, or maybe in a conversation na pag-usapan namin na pinag-iipunan niya tong larong to, o kaya dear friend wants to purchase this app pero pinag-iipunan pa niya or something. So, whenever we have conversations, I make sure na ilalagay ko doon sa list na yun. Para kapag kunwari, this person's birthday is coming up, I can easily reference the gifts I can give to him or her. For the gift ideas, I use Notion. The next one is a weekly menu. I kinda dread cooking. Sometimes, in the mood ako to cook. Oftentimes, hindi. Pero, right now, I am trying to incorporate batch cooking kasi nga, gusto ko na malesen yung pag-order namin online ng food. And I also want to start dieting na. Or at least healthy meals. So, in-effort ko talaga right now na mag-batch cook. I cook for the entire week. Twice a week. So, pinaplano ko na talaga kung ano yung weekly menu namin. Para hindi ko na laging iisipin kung wait, ano kayang ulam namin ngayon or uulamin namin this week. So, pinadali natin ang buhay natin kaya meron tayong weekly menu. Naka-plot na yan for the entire month. Tapos, uulit-ulitin ko na lang siya every month. And also, para mas mabilis na din mag-grocery kung alam mo na kung ano yung mga ulam nyo or weekly menu nyo. Weekly menu, I use Notion as well. And speaking of groceries, I also have this grocery list where I just tick and untick yung mga check boxes para malaman ko kung ano ba yung mga meron pa ako or yung mga wala. Para din, hindi sayang yung mga bibilhin namin. At hindi ako mag-overspend sa mga bagay na meron pa naman pala sa pantry. Tapos, yeah. So, grocery list, very, very important. Although, I just do my groceries online kasi that's something I want to automate and delegate. For groceries, I use Google Keep kasi mas mabilis yung interface niya. No matter how much I love Notion, there are still things that they need to improve, like bilis ng app. So, for this one, sa grocery, I like using Google Keep in particular. Next on my list is a to-read list. So, pag may mga napapanood akong YouTubers or nababasang articles or na-encounter na may recommendation for books, this is the list I refer to. So, dito ko nililista yung mga gusto kong basahin. Sa to-read ko naman, I use Notion as well. Kasi nandun lahat ng content brain dump ko, and almost everything about my life is in Notion. So, yeah. I also have a to buy or wish list. So, kapag kunwari meron akong gustong bilhin, I just let it simmer. I try to let it simmer. I try my best to not buy things at 2 a.m. Yung mga 2 a.m., 3 a.m. spendings, yung mga hindi ka makatulog, yun. Minsan nabibiktima pa rin ako dyan, pero I try my best not to. So now, if I have something that I wanna buy, like for example, a new vacuum, kasi nasira ko siya, I try to let it simmer. Nilalagay ko siya sa checklist ko. Kasi again, I wanna make sure that I am being mindful kung kailangan ko ba talaga to. And after a while, I try to get back to this list to see kung wait lang, kailangan ko ba talaga to. Tipid hacks. Tita tipid hacks. For the app naman dito, I use Notion din. For my everyday to-do lists, of course, hindi to mawawala sa akin kasi sobrang dami kong kailangan gawin in my life. And most probably kayo din, yung mga nitty-gritty details na mga, kailangan kong replyan si ganito, or kailangan kong pirmahan tong ganito, or kailangan kong bilhin to, or kailangan kong bayaran to. Marami yan sa utak natin. So, we really, really have to have a system. For me, it's an app kung saan ko siya mabilis malalagay at kung saan ko siya laging babalikan. The app for me na ganon is Todoist. So, kunwari, alam mo yung tipong naalala mo lang, for example, habang nagtutoothbrush ka, naalala mo lang, hindi ko dapat makalimutan yun. So, ako, pupunta ako agad ng phone ko, punta ako ng Todoist, meron akong widget niyan, para malagay ko siya kagad doon. Lalong-lalo na yung mga tasks na hindi mo siya agad magagawa ngayon. For my everyday to-do lists, I use Todoist as an app. Next is a YouTube uploads checklist. Kahit medyo matagal ko nang ginagawa tong YouTube, I still have a lot of things that I forget. So again, let's create systems around that. Ang ginawa ko ay gumawa ako ng checklist para hindi ko na makalimutan yung mga kailangan kong gawin, especially now that I have an editor. Minsan may mga nakakalimutan ako, like for example, pag-upload ng comment of the week, medyo madalas kong nakakalimutan to. So, gumawa na ako ng checklist for that. From scripting to uploads to sending the links to my editor, to thinking of a title, hashtags, thumbnails, etc. So, yun, naka-checklist yan lahat. The app I use for this is Google Sheets kasi doon din yung communication namin ng editor. Next is a dump for my receipts. So, usually kasi, diba, kapag may mga high-ticket items tayong binibili, kailangan i-keep yung receipt for warranty. So, what I usually do is, once ma-receive ko na yung mga resibo, pinipicturean ko siya agad, tapos ina-upload ko siya sa Drive. Actually, I use Google Keep for this para at least, kunwari, after a year of buying that high-ticket item, kailangan kong ipa-warranty. So, doon ko na lang sa Google Keep hahanapin. Like, for example, my laptop warranty, ganyan. Tapos, doon ko na rin makikita kung ano ba, may warranty pa ba to or wala na. One tip is always take photos of your receipts and have one place where you can store them. For me, it's Google Keep. For you, it might be comfortable somewhere else. Next thing for me is recipes. Pag ganwari merong nagustuhang recipe si Josh or meron akong nagustuhang recipe, sinostore ko na siya then sa Google Keep yung sa akin for recipes. Para kapag, for example, magluluto ako ulit at nakalimutan ko paano nga ba ito lutuin, doon na ako titingin ulit sa Google Keep and search ko lang, for example, keto carbonara. Ganun. So, yan. Yeah, I use Google Keep for that. The next list I have is a storage for my mementos, like certificates, letters, etc. As much as I wanted to keep everything physical, this is something that I'm okay lang na wala sa akin physically. It might really be different for other people, but I'm just sharing this right now kasi baka din pwede nyong ma-incorporate in your life. Yun, ako, for letters, certificates, etc., mga recognition, pinipicturean ko lang siya and then I keep it sa Google Keep as well. Kasi I'm personally okay with just having digital copies of this. And last but not the least, I have a yearly bucket list. So, sa umpisa ng taon, I try to brain dump lahat ng mga gusto kong ma-accomplish in a year, kahit sobrang babaw lang. For example, declutter the entire house, or call my mom often, or date Josh often, ganyan. So, I just create a bucket list kung ano yung mga gusto kong ma-accomplish for that year. And the app I use for this is, of course, Notion. This is not sponsored, by the way, but I am manifesting that someday, Notion will sponsor one of our videos. So, there you have it. Maraming salamat sa mga nag-comment on my 50 facts about me video na you would like to have this checklist. So, of course, your wish is my command. So, if ever you have more video ideas, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear them. And maybe that's our next topic for the next video. And if you like videos like this, mga organization, productivity, and apps, you might also like the video I created about the apps I use on my phone, which I will link up in the cards and down in the comment section. Thank you again so much for being with me today, and I will see you on the next one. Bye! Bye! Have a great week. Have a great day ahead.